What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another review of Monday Night Raw. Today we are reviewing the March 15th, 1993 edition. So let's get right into it. And for the first time, Raw is actually at a different location. They say the name of it, but I didn't have the time to write it down. I want to say Poughkeepsie, New York. Don't quote me on that one. This time, Bobby Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon, and not Vince McMahon run the card down for tonight's show. And then we get the intro to Raw. The show starts off with Razor Ramon making his way to the ring to take on a jobber. So of course, we're going to skip to the end where Razor hits the Razor's Edge for the win. I believe he's still a bad guy, pun intended. So it's actually an odd way to start the show with a heel getting a win. It is Razor Ramon, so can't complain about it that much. Next up, we get another jobber match with Typhoon winning with a big splash. I would actually like to know how many heavyweights have hit a splash. Like, what is the percentage of that? I put my money on somewhere close to like 75% of a heavyweight at one point or another hitting a splash on their opponent. The great Bobby Heenan is in the ring to conduct an interview with Giant Gonzalez and Harvey Whippleman. This is still a couple weeks before WrestleMania where he is going to face The Undertaker. Gonzalez looked a little bigger than usual in this segment, probably because he's in the ring with Bobby Heenan and Harvey Whippleman, but still, he looks a little bit bigger than I remember him being in this segment. They talk about burying The Undertaker, and the Giant actually says something, but it's really anticlimactic. They build it up. Oh no, the Giant has something to say. What is he going to say? All he really said was that he had a giant surprise for The Undertaker. I, Harvey and Bobby Heenan obviously carried the segment, but still, nothing out of the ordinary was said in this promo. So next up, Papa Shango is out to face Bob Backlund, who's making his comeback, like Vince McMahon said a week or two ago. Shango tries to overpower Bob, but Backlund finds his way out of a couple of holds and some moves. Papa Shango rams Backlund into the ring apron from the outside and gets control. The Vince McMahon impersonator is blabbering some nonsense, and Gorilla Monsoon is having none of it, and he yells at him to stop. I think the guy is Rob Bartlett, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I don't know who it is because it's such a terrible impersonation. If you haven't seen it, go take a look at this guy. Shango then tries to use the ropes as leverage while he has Backlund in a headlock. The referee goes for the 3 arm drops, but Bob stays in it. Backlund surprises Papa Shango with a small package out of nowhere and gets the win. Shango really sold the loss here really well, getting upset that he got bamboozled like that. The WrestleMania 9 update actually had a decent amount of videos and promos to sell the pay-per-view, but again, this isn't treated as part of the main Raw show, so I'm not going to go over what was shown in that update. After all that and a break, the Nasty Boys make their way to the ring to take on the Headshrinkers. The Nasty Boys had a nice makeout session with the Raw girl that was in the ring before the match. I want to say this is the first tag team match on Raw ever that is between two teams that are actually on the roster. Where are the Steiner brothers, by the way? Let's get to the match, though. Blindside clothesline by Samu on the outside to gain control. I don't know if it's camera angles, but the Headshrinkers are really good at distracting the ref. A missed flying headbutt allows the hot tag to be made, and one of the Nasty Boys cleans house and gives the Headshrinkers a double DDT. They end up fighting to the outside and make it to a catering table that's set up by the entrance. Why is it there? I have no idea. It ends with a countout finish, and the Nasty Boys get a couple chair shots to the head on the Headshrinkers as people come out to try to separate them. I still don't know which Nasty Boy is which. I could look it up, but where's the fun going to be when I finally figure it out? But that is the end of a really nothing episode of Raw. They did mention that there was a blizzard where they were. I think it was Poughkeepsie, New York. So maybe that's why no stars were on this show to advance anything, but still. 2 weeks before WrestleMania, you gotta be doing something on this show. Anyways, let's get to the awards. For the best moment, I had when Gorilla Monsoon told the Vince McMahon impersonator to shut up. I mean, he came out of nowhere with that. He was building this frustration up, and the Vince McMahon impersonator was just blabbering. And when I'm saying blabbering, he was actually blabbering. He wasn't saying anything. He was just making Vince McMahon like noises. And Gorilla Monsoon he just had it, and he was like, shut up. That was the best moment. For the worst moment, I give it to Giant Gonzalez giving the microphone to say absolutely nothing. If that's all he's going to say, don't even give him the mic. The worst match, I had Papa Shango and Bob Backlund. Not much I can say about that one. For the best match, I had the Nasty Boys and the Headshrinkers. Never thought I'd ever say that, but they cut that ring in half and really make the babyface work for the hot tag. For the wackest performer, so I know Gonzalez is a nominee here, but I'm going to give it to Rob Bartlett. I'm 95.7% sure that that was him playing Vince, and he's just not funny. Brings the show down every time he's on it. For the standout performer, again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I enjoy watching the Headshrinkers work as heels. And they took chair shots to the head. Might as well show them some love here for the standout performers of the night. So, for my overall grade on this episode, I give it a low grade of a D. While they did have the main event match, I didn't mind, and the WrestleMania 9 update gave us some good storyline advancements. The rest of Raw was nothing but filler, and the one interview in the ring was meaningless. So, that's going to add a tally to the bad Raws, making it 6 good and 3 bad Raws so far. Unless you're binge watching Raws and you need to watch the Mania 9 update, this one is just another skippable show. And like I said, there's one or two maybe things that you can go back and check out when the Nasty Boys are making out with the Raw Girl, or when Gorilla Monsoon loses it on the Vince McMahon impersonator. But with that being said, that's going to be it for this review. I'll catch you guys on the next one.